A single star is visible over Collinwood, seeming like a cold, lonely light that exists in a void unto itself. Few men can know such isolation, but there is one who has hoped his isolation might be ended, only to have that hope destroyed, and desperation and terror will follow in its wake.
Why did you run from me? What's the matter with you? Why did you scream when you looked at me?
Barnabas.
Answer me!
Don't you know?
No, what?
The experiments.
Something went wrong.
Yes.
Well, what happened?
The dosage you insisted on was too powerful.
What about it?
Your face.
What about it? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no! You did this to me. You.
No.
You turned me into something so grotesque that anyone who looks at me would fear me and loathe me.
Barnabas.
Is this your revenge?
Revenge? For what?
For refusing to let our relationship become all that you hoped it would be?
That's ridiculous.
Then why did it happen?
Well, I warned you against taking the massive dosage. You'd let me progress at my own rate of speed with proper controls.
The same thing would have happened.
Not necessarily.
Forgive me, Doctor, but I no longer have any faith in your ability.
I may be able to counteract this, if you'll give me time.
Time? I have no time. The years have already pressed in upon me, and every passing moment brings me that one step closer to the moment of my death. Strange. It never occurred to me that being human would make me become the man I was. A man who would have been long dead by now. You never thought of it yourself, did you? No, of course not. The clever Dr. Hoffman. You were so busy planning a rosy future for me that you never stopped to think about the obvious.
I still think I can help you.
No. You've done what you can. I no longer need you. From now on, I will decide what's to be done.
Well, what are you going to do?
I must save myself.
What do you mean?
You know the answer to that.
You mean revert?
Yes.
No! Then you'll go on destroying. Every time you do, I'll be partially responsible.
Yes. Now, there's something you must do. Go to Collinwood and tell Vicky that I will not be able to meet her.
You'll have to forego an appointment with Vicky. That must be a bitter pill to swallow.
Spare me the sarcasm, Doctor. Now go.
All right.
Oh, one other thing.
Yes, what is it?
Give Vicky this message. Tell her that I have to leave town and I won't be back for a while.
I'll tell her.
You don't have to tell me.
Vicky.
I'm sorry if I startled you.
Oh, that's all right.
I was walking up and I heard you talking. I hope you don't mind my overhearing.
I see.
Where is Barnabas going?
Away, on a business trip.
For how long will he be gone?
I'm not certain.
Barnabas? I'm sorry that you have to go away.
Vicky.
Yes?
Don't go in there.
Why not?
Well, he isn't feeling well.
No, Vicky, I'm not feeling well at all.
I'm very sorry to hear that. What's wrong?
It's nothing serious, really. But I don't want to expose you to it. I think perhaps that we had better cancel our appointment for tonight.
Oh. Well, is there anything that I can do?
No, thank you. But you'd better just go back to Collinwood.
It would be best, Vicky.
All right. But Barnabas,
Yes.
do you really think that you should go on a business trip if you're not feeling well?
It's not serious. I'll be fine.
But what if it is serious?
But it isn't. Please, Vicky. You better leave.
He's right, Vicky. I'll stay here and see that he gets everything he needs.
Well, all right.
Good night, Vicky.
Good night, Barnabas.
That was close.
Why did you let her in?
I couldn't help it. She was standing at the door when I opened it. She heard your voice.
If she had seen me, she would have run from the house terrified. In her eyes, I would be loathsome to her.
In her eyes, yes.
I must act before anyone sees me this way.
Well, if anyone did see you, they wouldn't recognize you.
Have I altered that much?
You bear very little resemblance to the person anyone knew. Only your voice is the same.
To think that all your noble experiments have come to this. You gave me hope, Doctor. Hope that I could live as a man among other men. I'll never forgive you for this.
Vicky can still be yours.
Now?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, you say that you must revert to what you were in order to survive. Perhaps you're right.
Well, what about it?
Use Vicky as the instrument of your reverting.
Vicky?
Why not? Then she would be under your power. That's what you want, isn't it?
I won't have her that way. She must come to me willingly as Josette.
But if that never happens?
All Vicky needs is time to forget Devlin. And then she will come to me and want to be my bride, my Josette.
Perhaps it would be wiser to be more realistic. If you want Vicky so much, perhaps you should get her in any way you can.
You only say that so she will not come to me willingly. You don't want her to be my Josette.
Not true. I'm thinking of you. You have a need. Use her to fulfill that need.
I can't. I couldn't. Not to her.
You say that, but you know you're tempted. Very tempted.
I'm glad you're back. I have to go out, and I didn't want to leave David alone.
Where are you going?
To the Blue Whale. I've asked Joe to meet me. There's something I want to discuss with him.
Oh. Is David asleep?
Yes.
Carolyn, were there any phone calls?
No. The phone hasn't rung once.
I've got to stop waiting for that call. I know it'll come when I'm least expecting it. And they'll tell me that Burke is well and safe.
Yes. But you're right, Vicky. You should stop watching that phone every minute. For your own sake.
Burke is alive, Carolyn. I know he is. I know it.
Where's Barnabas? I thought he was coming back with you to look at the West Wing.
Oh, he was, but he's sick.
What's the matter with him?
I don't know. He said it wasn't anything serious, but he was acting very strangely.
Strangely? How?
I can't really describe it. He said he was going away for a few days.
Why?
On business. You know something, Carolyn?
What's that?
I wish he didn't have to go. I'm going to miss him.
Are you?
Yes. He's been such a good friend to me since this has happened. He's been as much of a comfort to me as you and your mother have been.
Vicky, I know you've grown very fond of Barnabas.
It's more than that. I've come to rely on him. On his kindness. On his strength. I didn't realize how much I'd come to rely on him until tonight.
You can have her, Barnabas. She can be yours.
Stop it.
Her blood in your veins. Her youth yours.
I said stop it. Now go and leave me alone.
All right. But you'll think about what I've said and you'll realize I'm right. Vicky may never come to you of her own free will. But you want her. And you'd be a fool not to get her. Now. Tonight.
Oh, thanks, Bob. All right. What's on your mind?
I saw her, Joe.
Who?
Sarah. That little girl that David's been talking about. I saw her. And she was real. Or at least she seemed real.
When did this happen?
Yesterday. She appeared in my room.
She appeared.
Yes. But don't say it was my imagination. It wasn't. She was real. As real as you or I.
I'm not going to say she doesn't exist. Too many people claim to have seen her. Maggie, Sam, Vicky, David, and now you. You can't all be imagining things.
We're not. She does exist. I even talked to her.
Oh, what'd she say?
Well, she begged me to stop David from being sent away, but that part of it doesn't matter. The point is, she does exist. David did not imagine her.
Well, maybe he didn't.
Well, if she wasn't his imagination, then maybe all those other things he's been talking about are real, too.
What, you mean like seeing a coffin in Barnabas Collins' basement?
Yes. It's possible that he really did see something
Oh,
there.
come on now, Carolyn.
I'm just saying it's possible.
It's not possible. Now, Burke and Dr. Wood had already checked that story out. There was nothing in that basement, nothing at all.
I know.
And what about David's claim about being attacked by a giant bat? Or his idea that Barnabas Collins is out to kill him? You don't believe those things, do you?
I know they sound far-fetched.
More than far-fetched, they're incredible.
So is the existence of Sarah.
All right, what are you trying to say?
I want you to do something for me.
Oh, what's that?
I want you to go to Eagle Hill Cemetery with me.
Eagle Hill Cemetery? What for?
Well, David claims that there's a secret room in the Cullens mausoleum. I want to know if such a room exists or if David imagined it.
But Burke and Dr. Woodard went out to the cemetery and examined that mausoleum, and there was no secret room.
I know they didn't find anything.
Oh, what makes you think we wouldn't?
Well, maybe we wouldn't, but I'd like to double-check David's story.
Carolyn, I'm not about to take you out to a cemetery in the middle of the night.
But it's for David.
Come on, now, you don't really believe these wild claims he's been making about Barnabas Collins, your own cousin?
I want to believe that David is telling the truth.
Well, so do I. And maybe he thinks he is. But it's got to be his imagination.
He was not imagining Sarah.
Well, maybe not, but what's the connection with Barnabas Collins?
I don't know. But there may be a connection.
Look, Carolyn, for your own sake, forget this. Now, the danger's all over. Willie Loomis has been caught and put away. I think the best thing for you to do is just forget that any of this happened.
Joe, please.
You don't really believe that there's something sinister about Barnabas Collins, do you?
No.
All right, then you got to chalk up everything David says to the imagination of a kid. 'Cause that's all it is. That's all it could be.
Come in.
Vicky, I'm glad you're still up.
Did you have a good time?
I guess so. Vicky, I have a confession to make.
What is it?
I've had some doubts about Barnabas.
Doubts.
Yes, because of what David's been saying about him. I'm beginning to wonder if some of it might not be true.
But it's not true. Barnabas wouldn't hurt David, you know that.
I know it seems unlikely, but David was right about Sarah. I thought he might be right about Barnabas, too.
Well, he isn't right. All those things that David have said about Barnabas, well, they're just imagination. So, forget about your doubts. He doesn't deserve them.
Maybe not.
He doesn't, Carolyn. Believe me, he doesn't.
I believe you, Vicky. Well, it's getting late. I'd better get to bed. Good night.
Good night.
Vicky may never come to you of her own free will. You want her, and you'd be a fool not to get her. Now. Tonight.
She's so lovely.
so innocent. I can't do it. I can't. I
Vicky!
can't.
Vicky? Vicky?
What is it?
You were asleep.
Yes.
I thought I heard something. I was probably mistaken.
You must have been. It's very late and everyone's asleep.
I know. I'm sorry I woke you.
It's all right.
Well, you go back to sleep.